and real struggle, there is a little difference. Maybe the child is having the self doubt because they're being constantly compared one word answers. Go with open ended questions.
Welcome to today's episode. We are talking about something all parents and teachers noticed kids getting nervous or quiet while meeting someone new. Why does this happen? And how can we help kids to speak with confidence? Let's find out. Joining today with us, Meenakshi, a Delhi University topper, Best Public Speaker awarded at ICAI orientation, and for past 2 years, she's been helping our young minds to develop confidence at Planet Spa. Let's welcome Meenakshi. Help us understand, why do children freeze or get nervous when we ask them to speak to someone new?
Okay, so before I answer this question to you, imagine a situation. You are at the party and someone important comes up to you. What will happen? You'll go blank, right? Kids go through this all the time. Kids are having the fear of being judged. They have the self doubt, and basically they are in the oh no mode. And that is where they
How
start.
can a parent will tell a difference? Is it struggle with the communication skills or is it shyness?
Well, shyness is definitely the part of it. Shyness and real struggle, there is a little difference. Maybe the child is having the self doubt because they're being constantly compared. Also, maybe they had a bad experience earlier where they're being laughed at. So, what parents can do, they can observe the pattern. If the child is not opening up at all, even after so many exposures, then it is the real struggle with communication. But if the child is first not opening up, but then slowly getting comfortable, then it is shyness.
What are the signs in a child you can see if they're struggling with communication skills?
You know, students who suddenly become more comfortable in tying their shoelaces or even their notebooks or something else when they are asked a question, those are the ones. They whisper so softly that you even need a detective to figure out what they said. Some common signs may be lack of eye contact, fidgeting with their hands, mumbling, all like
So,
that.
what kind of strategies do you personally use in your classroom to make a shy and a nervous student speak more?
When kids first join my class, they would rather wrestle a crocodile than to speak up. So here, by the time we are done, they are becoming more comfortable. They are having the good arguments and good points. How does this transformation happen? Let me tell you the secret. So here, first and foremost thing, I don't enter the classroom like a strict teacher. I'm a buddy to them, the biggest cheerleader. When we are creating a friendly environment, when we are encouraging the kids more, they will naturally become confident. And that's how it works.
What kind of daily conversation a parent can have it at home with their children?
Okay, so I tell this to all the parents. Let's ban one word answers. Go with open ended questions. Like instead of asking, how was your day? You can even ask, if your day was a movie, what would be the title? You'd be surprised to see how great their answers would be. At the end of the day, they don't need an interrogation. They just want to enjoy talking. So make it light, make it crisp, and make it friendly.
How can a parent will prepare their child for a situation like if he or she is meeting a new classmate or if someone coming to our home, how to greet them? Or maybe they're seeing a new relative they haven't seen more often.
Okay, see, children in the social situations are super unpredictable. 1 minute, they're so confident. Next, they're hiding behind your back, just like they saw a ghost or something. So, the best way is role playing. Instead of telling what to do, you can ask them or you can act it out. I always tell this to parents. Also, tell them it's okay to be nervous. Kids think that it's really wrong to be shy. Actually, it's not. Encourage them because it's not wrong to be shy. That's okay. You're not the
Do
only
you
one.
recommend some calming techniques for kids if they're feeling anxious?
Of course, there are many calming techniques. I would recommend some of them. First, they can count up to 5. What happens with this? They would become present in the moment. Second, they can practice pep talk. So instead of just saying, what if I mess up? They would say this to themselves. I'm a great speaker. People would love to hear me. When they say these positive things to themselves, even if they are kid, they are going to rock.
Before we wrap up, what is the one golden piece of advice you would like to give to our fellow teachers who would help their students to be a fearless and a confident speaker?
So my golden piece of advice would be, see, kids mirror us. So whatever you are going to do in the class, they are going to do the same. You have to have the excitement, energy, smile. You should be energetic before you go ahead. At last, we are preparing them for life, right? So, on that note, I would say keep talking, keep encouraging. You would never know that your little chatterbox will go ahead and host their own podcast
Your
tomorrow.
child can do this too. Scan to book your free demo today.